Hello, hello, hello. My name is Chelsea A. Hamlet, and this is Blogging 101. I'm so excited to do my first webinar about blogging. And just to give you a synopsis of what we're going to do today, is we're going to focus on blogging content. Okay, so pause this for a second and make sure you have a pen and paper with you. That way you can take notes and you can also start writing out some content for your blog. So I'm so excited and I hope that this helps because I created this blog. I created this blogging 101 workshop because there was a few people who were telling me how they wanted to blog, but they didn't know how to get started and they didn't know what they wanted to write or they didn't know what they wanted their blog to be about. So I hope this helps someone who feels like it's not possible or someone who feels overwhelmed to feel a little ease and know that, you got this. Okay. So just to give you some background info about me, I'm a freelance writer based in New York. I have a bachelor's degree in communication and social interaction with a minor in creative writing from SUNY Oswego. Fun fact, Al Roker went to SUNY Oswego, so I'm in pretty good company. And also, I write and manage my blog, Chelsea A. Hamlet. So let's get started. Why should you blog? Point blank period, you have a story to tell, an opinion to share, and your voice matters, so why not? I know that the blogger sphere, or just like just blogging in general, people are getting turned off by it because so many different people are doing a blog, which I get. After a while, when things get oversaturated, people start getting turned off. So what I offer is that don't worry what everybody else is doing. Jen Carrington, one of my favorite bloggers and coaches, says keep your eyes on your own test paper. If this is something that you want to do, make sure that you do it, and remember like the why. So for in this case, why you should blog is because your opinion matters, your voice matters, your story matters. And if you have something in you that you want to share, share it. Because just because somebody has a similar experience as you does not mean they can convey it the way you do or touch people the way you do. So keep going and get out your head and just do it. So, some benefits of blogging: it can help improve your writing. Now, some people would argue against this, but I'm going to say it does improve your writing because once you make a decision to blog and you put a post up, you're going to want to make sure that you have your grammar rules down packed. And even if you don't, you at least want it to read clearly, articulate your point clearly, and have, some of the basics down. So what I use is some online tools, and I have some friends look over it just to make sure that, things are coherent, as well as pick up things maybe my grammar tools online didn't necessarily pick up. And there might be still like a couple of errors here and there, but the fact that you have the tools to make sure that your grammar is as tight as possible um, can help. It also behooves you to know that the grammar rules are starting to change. So check out Grammar Girl when you get a chance, and that also may make you feel less anxious about grammar. Also, it allows you to unleash your creativity. This is your space, a space where people can go and hear your thoughts as well as, read whatever you have to say. So why not just open up yourself and let your creativity out, right? Also, it's your ability to learn a skill that you can add to your resume, like WordPress, which we'll get into a little bit later. Also, it can support you in your career goals. So whether you want to be an influencer on a particular topic, or whether you want to be a writer, journalist, or you just want to have a space for your personal brand, blogging can help. And it feels good to do. Like sometimes, um, like with anything else, you have your ups and downs and your good and bad days. But overall, blogging makes you feel good because you're putting something out there, putting your thoughts out there. You're putting a piece of yourself out there, and it feels good to release. You know, and you'll be surprised who can be touched by what you have to say. and you'll be surprised at yourself at what you can produce. So those are a couple benefits of blogging. Types of blogs. There are so many types of different blogs, but I just want to highlight four. So, they have the online journal, which you can use as your online diary. Also, they have niche blogs, where you focus on one particular topic as opposed to a broad range of topics. You have your personal brand, which you can use to make a name for yourself and showcase your expertise and your personality. And business blogs, which is similar to personal branding. However, this is great for businesses who want to attract clientele and also start building credibility. So, for example, if I'm a digital marketer, right, and I have a website and there's a blog section on my website, what I will put on my website is top three resources everyone should use to improve your marketing, or um, this is what you can do if you can't afford a digital marketer. Or here are top five reasons why you need a digital marketer. So anything that's going to A, give information and inform people, and B, give me the opportunity to be consistent and showcase my expertise, that can eventually like get people, following me. It can also potentially attract clients who visit my website like, oh, this person knows what they're talking about, let me inquire more. So those are just a couple, well, a few that you can choose in terms of the type of blog you want to have. Types of blog posts. Again, there are many, but I want to highlight these four. How to, so instructions on how to do something. Lists, so which can tie into how to's, because it's like you can do one, two, three, four, five regarding a topic. So, like, top five reasons why I love cake, right? And you could list your top five reasons. So that's an example of a list. Interviews slash spotlights. A lot of people like to highlight other people, number one, so they can get their interview skills up. But also, it's a great way to cross promote and get people to notice, what you're doing and who you are. Lastly, reviews. So, depending on your reason for your blog, your why, some people do product reviews. So, a lot of hair or natural hair bloggers, they do a lot of product reviews, which sometimes ends up having them partner with different companies. Some people do movie reviews, some people do books, TV show reviews. It just depends. But reviews are also a great way to, it's also a great type of blog post because you can use it in so many different ways. So, what is the purpose of your blog? Now, we talked about the why you should blog, right? But let's talk about the purpose, the deeper why. So, these are just some examples to get your mind going. But, what's the purpose? Do you want to write about your favorite show? Um, do you want to, prepare to be a writer or journalist? Do you want to talk about a specific topic or empower certain people? Like, what is the purpose? And there's no right, wrong, or good or bad answer. It's just you being honest about why you want to write this blog. And similar to when you start your own business, a lot of people encourage newbie entrepreneurs or newbie business owners to know what their purpose is in their business. Because when things get rough and when you don't want to do it and you want to quit, you go back to that why and it helps keep you going. So, same thing with this blog. Remember your purpose as to why you did it, especially during days where it's just like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Because it may be able to help you get out of that and help you continue to push. So, and this is going to be important. So, make sure you take the time out to think about it. So, naming your blog. Now, there's been different suggestions that I've heard, but the main one that I like the most is your name. If you use your name, A, just in case um, you're worried about somebody taking your name, 9 times out of 10, your name will always be available for a domain name. I feel like that was the top reason that people suggested your name. And you could do like me, like first name, middle initial, and last name. Or you can just do your first and last name. So that's an idea. Also, another great benefits using your name is that you have the ability to transition and change with ease. Because what may be your topic on, this day may not be your topic 2 years from now. So it'll be an easier way to transition yourself, um, just in case your topics of interest adjust or change. So now that we got that out the way, let's create some content. Yeah, I know that was extra, but indulge me just a little bit. And again, this is where the pen and paper will really come in handy, guys. So if you haven't already, make sure you have a pen, piece of paper, and or a notebook. And let's get started with the content writing. Okay, so homepage, right? So this is typically the first page that people see. Some people, they have their blog posts as the first thing you see when you go on their website. But for this purpose, I want to start off with the homepage, right? So this is just a sample of a homepage text that you can put. So you could say, "Hello, my name is," and I created this blog too. If you're interested in blank topics, this site is for you. Click here to get started. You can adjust this, um, but this is just like a nice sample you can use to help get you going with the writing. So just to give you an example, to fill in some of this, I could say, "Hello, my name is Chelsea Hamlet, and I'm a writer. I created this blog to empower writers to pursue their dreams. If you're interested in, um, if you're interested in learning more about writing, resources, as well as interviews with different writers, this site is for you. Click here to get started," right? Or you can do, if you're having more specific interests, right? You can say, "Hello, my name is," or use me as an example again. "Hello, my name is Chelsea Hamlet, and I love Empire. I created this blog because I noticed that people focus on the character Cookie, but I would like to focus more on Andre because I feel like his character is misunderstood, and I also want to explore mental health in the Black community. If you enjoy Empire, mental health, and hip hop, this site is for you. Click here to get started." So I use those two examples because one is more professional and the other one is more of a hobby, but you can still integrate your interests with your profession and make it fun, but also make it very clear as to what you're trying to do. So those are just some examples of how you can write your homepage. Also, make sure when you get to the click here to get started, you can link them to either your about page or your blog page because that can help the reader navigate your site. About page. So this is a more extended version of your homepage, right? So you could say, "Hi, my name is, I'm currently," um, you could say a writer in this case who enjoys, you can put your interest in hobbies and passions. This is where you also insert your purpose. So this blog is about, insert the purpose that we talked about as to why you are blogging. And you hope this site, you can basically let them know how you want them to feel about it and insert fun facts. So again, here's another example. "Hey, my name is Chelsea Hamlet. I'm currently a freelance writer who enjoys writing about poetry, um, coaching, and being on like 2 podcasts." And I would name the podcast, right? This blog is about, I would say this blog is about empowering writers to pursue their dreams. I hope this site empowers you to continue pursuing your dreams as a writer, despite what other people told you and despite the reservations you may have. Here are some fun facts about me. I like Empire. Um, my favorite color is red. And again, if you look at the bullet points of fun facts, there are some examples. So this can also help you too. Again, this is just a template. You feel free to rearrange it and work it to your advantage. I just wanted to give you an idea of, how you can formulate your content for each page. Also, if you are using a website for your business or profession, make sure you have links to your resume and portfolio ready. This is going to be important, and you'll see why. Also, add if you're interested in learning more about what I can do for you, click here or start reading my blog here at the bottom of the page. And you can link the former to your service page and the latter to your blog. So again, this is about you. Um, this is about you guiding the reader. Okay, it's about you guiding the reader and navigating them as to where they can go next, if they so choose. Services. This is for my business and professional people who would love to use a website to help showcase their expertise. So you name your service, have a photo, and a description. So this is an example of what's on my website. Are you developing a website and need someone to provide content? Do you already have a website but are not sure if the content is connecting with your audience? Let's work together to develop content that gives the who, what, where, when, why, and how about your business that reflects your personality and connects with your audience. Also, add if you're interested in working with me, click here, or if you're interested in working with me, let's talk at the bottom of the page. And I would also advise you can link this when you say when you write let's talk or click here. I would link that to your contact me page. That way they know, okay, like this is how I contact this person. Okay. And your contact page. So again, this is just a template. You can adjust it to how you feel, make it cooler and make it, more snazzier. Again, I'm just focusing on the content. Because if you want to adjust this and make the design papping, then feel free. This is just to help get you going in terms of what you want the content to be. So the contact page can be if you like my blog or want to connect with me, or if you're interested in working with me, fill out the form below or contact me using the following. And you could put your email, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, depending on how comfortable you are, and make sure you have your social media links ready. Again, this is going to be important pretty soon. So, how can I do a workshop on blogging without giving you a template on how to create your first blog? Just in case you're not sure how to create your first blog, let's do it together. Alrighty. Okay, so this is an example. It's not wanting to work with me right now. There you go. This is an example of one of the blog posts I created, right? So you graduated, now what? And here's a bit of a format. I have an introduction, right? And I also have different things I want to highlight. So one, it's never too late or early to create a portfolio. I provide a description and link, and I do the same thing all the way down, right? And I even go into depths, and there's different formatting in terms of the words so that people won't feel overwhelmed by a lot of text. Okay. And towards the end, I have something inspirational, and I leave it at that. So going back to the presentation. Oh, I'm sorry. Going back to the blogging template, it's basically the same thing. So what I want you to do is choose one of the following blog post topics, right? You could do 3 things you need to know about and pick a topic. 3 reasons why you should watch/read. You could pick a TV show, movie, or book. You could do a how-to and you choose the activity in 3 steps. Or you can do a different post, whatever comes to mind. Again, this is just to help get your mind going and help you start the process of creating your own blog post. And make sure that it's related to your blog purpose, right? So have an introduction, what inspires you to pick this topic. Also, give your reasons and explanations. Do a wrap up of your final thoughts and ask a question. The article I showed you, the blog post that I wrote, I didn't do a question because this was something that I wrote before I had the blog post per se. well, before I had the website per se. So you can also ask a question like, why do you love this show? Or, how did you do this task before you saw this webinar or before you saw this blog post? Because some people, what they do too is they add videos to how to's. And then you can say, you could comment below, or let me know, by tweeting me at, and you can use like your Twitter handle or any other social media you would like to put out there. Sometimes people, they will comment, some people will not. But at the end of the day, it's the idea that they can start a conversation with you, um, and not feel weird about it. Okay? So again, here's a template that you can think about. Again, feel free to pause this at any time, to write out like an outline. And I hope this definitely helps, especially if this is your first time blogging. Now let's get back to the presentation. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, so tips for photos. As you can see, I had a photo of people in caps and gowns, right? Now that was a stock photo. So some tips for using photos in your blog post. Do not use watermark photos on your site. Watermark means that, when you go online, you Google like pictures of cats. Some are animated, but some have like a design that's literally like of the in the middle of the image, and that's because you need to pay for it. Also, other photos that may not have watermarks, right? Like TV logos. You can't use those because they will come after you. For example, I had a girl in college. They did a website, and they used the Voice logo because the name of um, the publication that they were doing for the website was similar, right? It was literally the Voice, and they used the Voice logo, like the Voice logo from the TV show. And she got a nice, smooth letter asking to cease and desist to bring down that logo. And I believe she was fined about $65. When you're in college, $65 is a lot, especially if you're not working. So some people don't have this issue, but sometimes when people use photos or images that are not theirs or that is not free for the public, you can potentially get fined. So what I suggest is look for free stock photos, meaning you don't have to give them credit, or even if it's a free stock photo and you have to attribute it, meaning give credit like photo found at, and you insert like the name or the URL, then that's fine. Some free stock photo sites are createherstock.com, Pixabay, and Morguefile. These are the three that I tend to use. But for more, especially if you feel like that's not what you're interested in or that they don't have the images you're looking for, you can Google free stock photo sites and you'll get a whole bunch. You may even get an article with a whole bunch of free stock sites that you could choose from. Also, tips for copyright, right? Copyright works to prevent people from stealing your work. Now, this may not be 100% important in the beginning, but it's something to really consider. So you can do prevent content theft on WordPress. If you Google that, there will be a support page that comes up that can talk to you and walk you through how you can protect your writing. You can also go to Creative Commons and look up what they have to say about protecting your writing, especially if you want to put it out there to the masses. But the best resource is copyright.gov. Now, I believe it's about $50, if I'm not mistaken. It's about $50 to copyright something. But at least when you copyright it, you have the ability that if somebody does steal your content, right? If somebody does steal your content, you could potentially like fine them because it's intellectual property. And I'm still learning about this, but I wish I paid more attention to this aspect of blogging before I got started, even if it was just something that was on my radar, right? Or something that I kept in the back of my head in the beginning. I feel like I would have made different changes or different adjustments. So just look into it. Again, if you're just starting out, you may not necessarily need to do this right away, but it is something that you should consider looking into, because your writing is intellectual property and you deserve to get paid for it, especially if somebody else steals it, okay, or tries to steal it. Because big businesses, I hear, tend to take content from the little guys or influencers or small businesses all the time. So don't get got. So here's a summary of Blogging 101. We talked about what a blog was, kind of. But basically, we talked about like why you should blog, the types of blogs, the benefits of blogging, blogging content, tips on photos, and tips of copywriting, right? And here are just some resources that you can use, right? Types of blogs, types of blog posts, free stock photos, and copyright information. And I'm so excited because I'm doing a second, like a part 2 workshop of how you can put the content that we just created on WordPress. So that way you can not only have content, but you can actually have a website or like a blog that you started that you did yourself. So I'm very excited, and I hope you tune in for part 2. I'm so excited. So again, if you liked what you heard, if you liked the overall workshop, my website is chelseahamlet.com. My social media handles are Chelsea A. Hamlet. You can email me at chelseahamlet@gmail.com. And SoundCloud, just type in Write, Empower, Repeat. This is a podcast I just launched, and I would love for you to listen in. So thank you so much, and y'all guys are awesome. And remember, your voice matters. Keep writing, and don't let nobody tell you differently. And that's it. So again, I thank you so much for tuning in to my first um, workshop, my first writing workshop, and I hope that this helps. Okay? Thanks, guys, and until next time.